Good counter. I'm your host, Roddy Too Good. Back at it again. Hey yo. So we had Raw. We had Raw. We got some storylines. We got some dope storylines for real. We got some good. We got some bad. We got some. I'm just gonna go through it, yo. And one thing we didn't get no reveal of a women's Intercontinental Championship. So I guess that's out the books for right now. So hey, man, it is what it is. So the show started with Gunther. He comes out. He goes to the ring. Damian Priest comes and he addresses him. Now they had a good little promo. They're setting up because they're about to have a match at Survivor Series. So Ludwig Kaiser he comes out talking his stuff. Gunther trying to like relax, trying to check him, trying to like relax him and stuff like that. But he is like, nah, nah, nah. And then they just start get the scrapping. Damian Priest like knocks him down, and then I guess they set up for a match later on in the evening, or later on in the show. But this segment it was cool. It was cool. I mean, I get it. This is the person that took the belt away from Damian Priest, and now that I guess he feels like he can move on from the Judgment Day stuff, he's like, okay, cool. Let me go position myself to go get my belt back. Now, would he? I don't know. I don't know. To be totally honest with you, I have no clue how I feel about who's the next person to take the belt off Gunther for real. Is very complicated for me. So, and then now, especially now in today's wrestling thing, because we like to like. That's another thing too. I'm gonna get into holding the belts. For real. I'm gonna get into holding the belts for real. But yeah. So the next segment was Io Sky. They was talking about her match with Liv Morgan for the women's belt, and not only that, she had like a 6-woman tag match with Damage Control. Then Dakota Kai, she comes back. She makes her return against Pure Fusion Collection, and they actually got the win for real. They actually got the win. It was an okay match. I mean, Io Sky is like she's the Damage Control. Io Sky is like the star of this whole shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Io Sky, she had the belt before, and then like they took it away to put it on Bailey. I think Io Sky has definitely kept her name circulating way more than Bailey, and I think she is like, I think she just deserved a little bit better for real. And she's way better in the ring than I could say than Liv Morgan for real. I could say that way better. It's not even close. But yeah, that's one thing. So we moving on. We moving on to oh yeah. So Kofi Kingston, it was a backstage segment. Our Truth, he seen him, tapped him on the shoulder. Hey man, what's up, man? How you doing? I just want to apologize for us not helping you when you got jumped by the Final Testament. He was basically saying, yo, Wood, I don't know, for whatever reason, Woods didn't want to help. So and then he was like, and then Woods was right behind him, tapped him on the shoulder. Yo, what y'all talking about? And then like they start going back and forth. And then as that, Pete Dunne, he comes up to our Truth. He's talking about, yo, man, why you keep calling me that name? Why you keep calling me that name? And then, like, Kofi kind of was like, yo, relax, bro. I'm over here. You see me over here talking to this man. And then he was like, and he was like, yo, you want a part of this? And then was just like, nah, man, no, I don't want nothing. And then he was just like, you know what? And he was like, hold up, he talking for you? He was like, nah, man, he not talking for me. So now I guess I don't know, fam. Listen. Not every story deserves a long term story. Like like stories could wrap up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the one. Either you're gonna break them up or not, because it's like, yo, event. Like, I'm just trying to think of like, what's the end goal? I know like the Odyssey Jones shit threw a monkey wrench in the whole situation, but like, what I'm trying to figure out what it like what's going to be the plan at the end? Either the only two things can happen. They could just turn on each other. Like that's the only two things. But I just don't see. And then what happens after they turn on each other? Like what it like? How does they go on from here? Like what the fuck? Like I don't know. But they set up a match with Kofi Kingston and Pete Dunne, and yeah. So that like the segment was cool, and like I get it, but it's like this story is like now a long term story could drag on. Like there's a reason why the Bloodline story is so good because it just has many layers. But when you're talking about like stories like this, is zero reason why this shit should be going on for this long. Like either they go and like break up and fight each other and go their separate ways or not. Like come on, fam. Like come on. But anyway, they go back to another backstage thing. They got they got Sami Zayn and the Usos. They backstage having a conversation. They need a fifth member, and then like out of nowhere, Sammy says, "You know what? All right, I'll be right back. I think I have an idea," and he just goes off. So we go to the Kofi Kingston and Pete Dunne match. Kofi Kingston and Pete Dunne, it was a solid match. Kofi Kingston, he's still good in the ring. Pete Dunne is still good himself, but Pete Dunne got the win, and basically because like Woods was just like really trying to stay out of it. He ain't want nothing to do with it. I just don't get why he thinks that's the answer, just staying out of shit. Like, and I mean, I get it because like, yo, he's tired of like probably just defending people and coming in on other people. But my thing is this, like, that's your man's, like, you know what I'm saying, and that like. I just don't get it, but it is what it is. And then like after the match, they argue, and then like the camera goes off. So I'm guessing that's definitely going to continue. I don't see they gotta eventually have a breaking point. Eventually somebody gotta have a breaking point. Hey man, fam, this is not working. It's time to move on. But I'm just trying to figure out like what's the like yo what's the big ending to this, because I think it's dragged on long enough. It's dragged on way long enough. We thought Xavier Woods was going to join the Final Testament. That didn't happen. We thought like it's just I don't know, man. It's time. It's time to wrap this shit up. It's time to wrap this shit up. But I'm gonna have a separate video on like long term storytelling with Triple H and shit like that. I'm gonna have a separate video on that because some of it is cool, but other times it's not. But we move on. We get another backstage. Hey yo, come on, fam. Hey yo, come on with these backstage segments, bro. These backstage same segments, like it's way too many backstage segments. I'm sorry, like yo, god damn, it's way too many backstage segments, yo. Because it's like I'm looking at my notes. It's like fucking 3, 4, 5 more. Like, so they have a backstage segment about Finn and Dominic. They get into this little beef about what happened last week, and Dom basically was like kind of gloating to Finn, talking about how he's the closest thing he got to beating Damian Priest and shit like that, and then they get into each other's faces, and then Finn basically tell him like, "Hey fam, you think you the shit? You think you a hot shot? How about you and Carlito go face the War Raiders and represent us?" And then he said, "All right, cool, I'll go set it up." But now they're teasing that they still have a little rifts in the Final Testament without Rhea and Damian Priest. So now that's another. Now that's another one. Now that's another beef that's about to. Now that's another riff. You know what I'm saying, with all these damn fractions and shit. So now that's another riff. And then Bronson Reed, we were supposed to hear from Bronson Reed. He comes out, he addresses the crowd. He basically said, talking about why he lost in his last pay per view and all that shit, basically telling Seth Rollins that he's a monster. He's not no contender. He's a monster, and then he just want to like wreck shit. And then the song hits. Seth Rollins come out. They brawl for a quick minute. They like they get them separated, and then like it was over after that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Bronson Reed, his little brawl segments, I'm never gonna be mad at those because he does them right. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing they be doing right with Bronson Reed for real. They really like depict him as this crazy person for real. So we got Sami Zayn. So after that, all that happens. So that we see Seth Rollins in the back. We see Sami Zayn approach Seth Rollins about him being the fifth member of their team for the war games and shit like that. And then he basically told him like, nah, yo, you crazy as hell. I'm never joining Roman, F Roman, this, that, and the third. Now, I I have a feeling about something. I have a feeling. I'm not totally sure yet, but I'll explain to you on the next segment dealing with Seth Rollins. So Damian Priest, he goes against Luke with Kaiser, and like, yo, he demolishes Luke Kaiser. Luke Kaiser is a jobber for real. Well, they made him a jobber for real. I think he has talent, but that's just where he's a lackey. So he lost. After he lost, Gunther comes out. He didn't come to the ring. He just has like a stare down with Damian Priest, and that was that. Um, and then not only that, another backstage segment. Braun Breaker, they was talking to Braun Breaker, and then Sheamus come to and address him, talking about how, yo, we're kind of the same. When I was young and I was in your position, I was doing it, but I let my ego and I let my pride get in the way, and then I started losing matches. And then Braun Breaker basically was like, man, I don't care about none of that you was talking about, fam. I'ma show you next week about what's going to happen. And then he just like, so they set up a match for next week. And it's good to see Braun Breaker because I promise you, like he barely be on TV sometimes. But that's cool. So Sheamus, Braun Breaker versus Sheamus. I mean, damn, bro, we don't have nobody for Braun Breaker to fight. Okay, cool. All right, that's cool. So we get another backstage segment. The Final Testament. They find Miz in the back, and he was like, Miz is trying to like, he's trying to like leave and shit like that, trying to get like an absent leave from the GM and shit. And then they was like, no, fam, you're gonna help us. Come on. So they drag him out there, basically like asking him where's the wire six at and shit like that. And then they drag him up to the ring. Then they grab a mic. They call out the wire six. The wire six come through. And then like you had like Miz like scurrying in the back, like scared, and then out of nowhere he just hits uh Uncle Howdy with a chair. Final Testament gets the jump on the wire six and they beat him up. Turns out this was a whole plan from the Miz and the Final Testament. So it was executed nicely, I guess. I'm guessing that they're trying to set this up for Survivor Series, another war game shit. I mean, I guess. I mean, that's probably the only reason why. But to me, man, to see like to see MVP and Bobby Lashley and them get told no on the Hurt Business, but you have the Final Testament like still being the thing in this like company and shit like that is a very huge slap in the face. And I'ma just because Karrion Kross hasn't done shit. Like I'm talking about on the main roster. I know he has like he made his bones in NXT and shit like that. But we talking about he has no merit to have nobody follow him for real. Like it's just mind boggling that you told Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, the MVP, they wanted to bring back the Hurt Business. You said no, but we still got this bullshit with the Final Testament. Like other than Karrion Kross for real, they're all ass. Like, yo, it's just it made like and the fact that even like the Miz is like trying to follow like Karrion Kross around is the weirdest shit ever. Like the Miz is actually a person that accomplished something in WWE. So why the hell is he like it would make way more sense if the Miz was like running this whole fraction for real, but it's like he's like a lackey for real. So it's just weird. That's weird as hell to me. So so we good to another backstage segment. We have Solo. he ends up trying to ask Seth to be their fifth member. He declines. He said he had like a vicious he had like a vicious get back for real. He was like, "Yo, I would never follow Roman Reigns, and I'll never follow a wannabe Roman Reigns." And he dipped out, and then like they was like kind of grilling him and shit like that. But so now with this, I feel as though he will definitely be the fifth member of the other bloodline. I feel like Solo and them probably not going to take kindly to what they said. They're going to probably beat him up. This is just a prediction. They're just going to probably beat him up in his next match with Bronson Reed. They're going to help beat him up. He's going to lose that, and then then the other bloodline people, they're going to come out and help, and then he's probably going to join them. Now, this is just a prediction. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now, I feel like the fact that both of the people asked him, if Sami Zayn only asked him to be the fifth member, that would be different. But the fact that both of these people asked him, Solo and Sami, I guarantee you he's going to be the fifth member of the of Roman Reigns' thing. I guarantee you. Like, yo, it's not even like something like that's going to cross my mind. There's nobody else. I promise you, they probably going to ask a couple people. They probably going to get denied, but it's just like I genuinely believe that he's going to be the fifth member for that one, because they're Solo and them. They're not going to take kindly getting denied and shit like that. I promise you. That's just how I feel. But so we have the last match. We have Liv Morgan, Raquel versus Jade and Bianca for the tag team championships. It was cool. Out of nowhere, Nia Jackson, Tiffany Stratton, they come out to assist Liv Morgan and Raquel. They said that, I remember they were saying like Jade and Bianca beat them, so they wanted like revenge on them, so they just beat them up. It didn't work. Jade and Bianca still got the victory. But after the victory, they still try to beat them up and attack them. Naomi and A Scott, they try to help. They got them up out of there, and they helped, and then that was it. Like, it was cool. Like, I guess that was it. But all in all, this was cool. They got some lot of stories. Listen, bro. WWE, the only story that matters right now is the Bloodline shit. Like, I promise you, it's on both shows right now. You got the Usos on Monday night. You got Roman. You finally see his faces on, like, you only see his face on SmackDown. So right now, the Bloodline shit is really just taking over, and that's understandably because it is a pot of gold at the end of that. You got The Rock versus Roman, like, and then we're just waiting to see how and when they're gonna tie The Rock into this shit. Like, The Rock, he came out from that little match, but now we just salivating and waiting to see him again, because he is the equivalent to Michael Jordan of wrestling. So it is what it is. Comment down below. Tell me your favorite moments of Raw. Like, comment, subscribe. Be on the road to 100. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the bell. Peace. I'm out.